why do I shoot and why do we shoot? I gotta say, it's for the absolute passion of photography. You know, my passion really kicked off when we started doing this together. When I decided to come home one day and say, well, listen, I've decided to stop working corporate and I want to do full-time freelancing with you, creating beautiful content. How are we gonna do this? You know, it was a massive challenge when we first did it. For what we do for a living and why we actually shoot is we're going out there to create beautiful content for people to really look at and go, wow, I want to go there. You know, we're in travel, we're in tourism, we're in the industry that a lot of people want to get into. Once we got our break in the hotel industry though, that was where we really started making it, because at the end of the day, we want to create memories. We want to create images that are not just memories for us, but images that are memories for the hotel. But when we take our photographs, most of the time we're facing out, and that's for a very specific reason. You know, it's to pull people into the image, because then they imagine themselves sitting there in that pool or in the mountains, you know, facing out there. Wow, I just want to do that. And it sends them out. It gets people outdoors, it gets them into hotels, and that's what we really want at the end of the day. And that's what brands are hiring us for at the end of the day and paying us a service to do. So we're out here in the Cedarburg and we've been cruising around for the last couple of days showing these guys what we're all about. You know, normally when we come to the Cedarburg, we come out here and we come shoot all sorts of different things. But for this trip specifically, we're out here to show you how we would go out there and create our lifestyle shots and more of our tourism type stuff to show people more about what the Cedarburg is all about. There's just something about it, there's something in the air. You know, when we arrive into the Cedarburg, we always go via the tankwa, and the tankwa is very, very flat, vast open desert area, and then we hook a left and come into the Cedarburg, and then there's all these crazy rock structures. The colors that go so well together. You got the Cedarburg with these red mountains in sunrise, sunset. It's just, man, I love it, okay? The Cedarburg is amazing. It's just the best place in the whole wide world. So, because we're in the Cedarburg and because I love time lapses and because the Cedarburg is one of the darkest areas out here, I thought the perfect opportunity to shoot a really, really cool star lapse. So my idea for this time lapse is to shoot the time lapse facing south, because by facing south, you're gonna be able to get that nice ring of stars like I got in Table Mountain. But not only that, we're going to take some vehicles and we're going to drive them slowly along that road so that we get this. So, coupled with the fact that I've got a 62 megapixel camera on my Sony a7R4 and a 12 to 24, you're thinking, okay, cool, I'm shooting nice and wide, I'm going to shoot a time lapse, I went to another location on Table Mountain, facing onto Lion's Head, and I'm going to do a day to night time lapse. Let's see how it comes out. And let me tell you something, it came out amazing. You've got all the shadows from, you know, where the sun is hitting the mountain and it's kind of like disappearing, and then you've got these shadows and it's getting dark, and then all of the lights start coming on in the foreground, and then as it starts getting dark, I transition into my special time lapses and boom, it starts blowing people's minds because the stars start moving and it looks so crazy cool. I even enjoy it, okay? When I put my time lapses together and I sit there and I look at the final product afterwards, I'm like, I can't believe I just created this. I cannot believe I created it. And this brings me back to my love for Sony. I've got to say the first 2 years was a real struggle. And I got to say the biggest struggle was that we weren't using the right gear. Sony is 100% the camera that I love to use. Not just that, the actual brand itself and what they stand for. There's just so many things that say Sony and Mike, you guys go together.